Hello, this is Fredo again. So I apologize that I made some minor mistakes. That disaster is a wrong spelling. Disaster, let me fix it. Disaster. So what I do is apply the say to spell method and say disaster. Disaster. So disaster. By disaster. Disaster. It's simply, put a stress on all syllables. So we have this is say to spell, and we have this original pronunciation code disaster. This stress is at the second one. So we have it's become a schwa, or you could write the disaster. Alright, and the second mistake, the second minor error I made is here. This is first schwa aversion. The state of turning away from something you don't like. Aversion. That's the first schwa sound. The first schwa sound. E is the first sound of E. Alright, let's move on to the next one. The next word we have is conversely. Alright, conversely. Conversely. The fourth sound of E. That's the fourth sound. The fourth sound of E, I, E. The fourth sound of E. Alright, conversely is an adverb. So we have the prefix on, meaning together or completely. So we have COM, that's its variant, CON, remember MNL, COR, MMLR, O, drop all the consonants, that's co, so it means together, or as an intensifier, it means completely. Now we have, again, the main building block, verse, meaning to turn, to change. In this case, it means to change. And we also have to turn against something. To turn against something. And we have final E without meaning. And we have the adjective, the adverb suffix ly. So it's an adverb suffix. So conversely literally means what? So the suffix ly could be interpreted as in the way of, when you know, way that. So in a way, what kind of a way? In the way that close, remember, that something is changed. Something is changed. Something is changed completely. That's intensified. So something changed completely. So in a way that something's changed completely. So what it means is simply means the opposite of something. So it actually means the opposite. Opposite. Oh, so conversely, we'll have like two sentences, and one they are the opposite. So for example, what could be something opposite? For example, like people in the habits of people in Eastern countries, people in Eastern countries, people in Eastern countries prefer what? Prefer chopsticks. Chopstick. Conversely, people in Western countries will call them as Westerners. Conversely, Westerners like, or they prefer what? They prefer forks and knives. Because this just used to emphasize the different behavior between people. Right. Next we have convert. Convert. And again we have convert. C-O-M. It's a variant. C-O-N. Remember M-N-L-R. Or co, meaning together or completely. Together or completely. And we have the root word, meaning you change in this case. So to save the time, I don't write all possible keywords or definition. I don't like calling definition. It's a building block. So we have some choices. So in this case is you change. So to save some time, let's write to change. So convert literally means to change into to change completely, to change as intensify completely from one to another, or from one thing to another, from one to another. Okay, that's good enough. Convert. For example, let's say solar technology. technologies. For technologies, convert. So it's going to do with sound. So convert sunlight. Convert sunlight. Sunlight. The one word. Convert sunlight to. Convert sunlight into what? Convert sunlight into electrical energy. Electrical energy. Energy. Right. Other technologies convert sunlight into electrical energy. Right, next. Next, we have conversion. Is the noun of conversion. Right. Conversion. This phonogram is pretty common and it has a family. So it says this is lowercase letters, and he also has belongs to a family. So we have the phonogram sh, and also EICI. This is a family. They are all two letters sh. So this is just the variance of this guy. It is these three guys a variant of sh. So it's something to do with etymology. I believe it comes from Latin spelling of sh sound. Alright, so conversion. Again, we have the prefix. The prefix COM, COL, COR, chop OMMLR with co. So, well, why do I know this family? Just check the dictionary. So once it appears 10 times, 20 times, you're gonna remember its meanings, and it's all form the family. So we have together or completely. This is intensifier. Completely. And we have the root verbs, meaning to change. And we have noun suffix oil with variant Asian or shun or she, whatever. It means state, condition, process, or result. So state, condition, process, or result. Both state, condition, process, or result. Conversion literally means the process. Describe the process of changing something completely from one to another. The process of changing completely from one thing to another. The state, the process, let's say, the process of changing, 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 changing completely, changing completely. From one to another, from one thing, from one thing to another. Oh, that's it. Conversion. For example, conversion, conversion, conversion of, conversion of sunlight, conversion of, oops, conversion of sunlight into electrical electrical energy. Energy. Oh, conversion. Next we have divert. For British you call it divert. Divert or divert. I stay with divert, right? Divert. Divert. For divert, we have die. This is a variant of this, or diff. We'll have this diff die for this, meaning not or apart. And we have the root of vert. So divert into to turn. So divert literally means to turn what? To turn, oops, to turn something, maybe something, or somebody's attention apart. Apart. Cool. So divert, to turn somebody or some, to turn something or somebody's attention apart. So for example, let's say imagine we have a farmland or farm fields, and it's filled with heavy water, and you try to turn the water apart, turn water apart from the farm field. We have the structure called flood prevention structure. Flood prevention structure. The flood prevention structures are simply some kind of structures. There are structures used for diverting to turn away water apart from the from field or from land. Some structure used for diverting water. Use structures for diverting water away. Just diverting water from away from the away from the farm on fields. So we have something like this: the land is filled with water, and the flood prevention structure is the structure that divert water away. This water, otherwise it's not useful. It cannot be used to grow crops. Right. Or for example, let's say some kind of symbol to turn somebody's attention apart. So, for example, let's say what while the minister had said was in attempt to divert attention people's attention. Divert attention from what? From the political scandals. The political scandal. All right. And next we have diversion. Oh, diversion. So again, we have this, if, die, this. So die is a variant of this, if, die, this, meaning not or apart. And we have a root verse meaning to turn. And we have the noun suffix ion for Asian or shun, meaning state, condition, process, or result. State, condition, process, or result. All right. Diversion. So diversion literally means but the process of turning something or somebody's attention apart. Turning something or somebody's attention apart. That's it. Diversion. For example, We have the diversion. The diversion. Diversion. The diversion of the river. So we can have diversion of a river, diversion of a water flow, or traffic flow. So let's just imagine this the original flow of the river looks like this, and the diversion of the river becomes this way. This erases some of this. This is the diversion of the river. Right. Next, we have diverse. Diverse. So diverse or diverse. Diverse. Stay with diverse. That's the American pronunciation. Diverse. British will become diverse. Yeah, diverse. So whatever, diverse. Anyway, I stay with diverse. So again, we have this, if, I, this, meaning not or apart. Now we have verse, meaning to turn. And again, we have silent final E. So reverse in turn means turning things apart. Turning things. Remember, that's not plural. Turning things apart. Turning things apart. So, for example, you may have a diverse opinions. Diverse opinions, or let's say one more. Diverse lifestyle, maybe. Diverse lifestyles. Right. So what I mentioned, the word diverse would be turning things apart. So many things, turning things apart. That's what I mentioned for the word diverse. That's a visual clue. So diverse. And this etymology gives you some clues already. So with etymology of some clues and other visual clues, we got many clues to enhance us to help us to retain the meaning of the word. So next we have diversity, right? Yeah, diversity or diversity. Diversity. And again we have the prefix this, if, die, yes, meaning not or apart. And we have the root, verse, meaning to turn. And we have the noun suffix id or e, or simply e, meaning state, condition, or quality. State, condition, or quality. Oh. So diversity literally means what? It means the state of turning things apart. Is the noun form of diverse. The state of turning things apart. Turning things apart. So, for example, this is styles, like lifestyles. As examples, so we have the diversity or the diversity. The diversity of the lifestyles. The diversity of lifestyles. Right. Next we have extrovert. 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 So we have the prefix astro, or its variant extra, meaning beyond. I mean beyond or outward. Outward. And again we have VERT, the root of VERT, meaning to turn. To turn. So extrovert means somebody. Somebody literally means somebody turning. Somebody turning outward. Outward. Yeah. Turning outward. Is open-minded guy. Someone is open-minded. Someone, you can say, one who is describes someone is open-minded, because simply say is an extrovert, and someone seldom talks or don't like to talk to others. We could call the guy introvert. Introvert. Yeah, introvert. In turning someone really means somebody turning inwards. So introvert. So, all right. Next we have extroverted. 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 And again, we have the prefix astro or extra, meaning beyond or outward. And we have the root VERT, meaning to turn. And we have Lastly, common adjective suffix ed is an adjective suffix in this case. So extroverted usually means relating to turning outward. Right, relating to turning, relating to turning outward, outward, or extroverted. So, for example, an extrovert is extroverted. Yes, an extrovert is extroverted. All right, next we have incontrovertible. 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 Oh, incontrovertible. And we have the prefix. We have the prefix. In this case, we have two prefixes. We have prefix in is a variant of in. I, am, I, n, I, l, I, r is a communication suffix meaning not. And we have on as a variant of on. C-O. No, in this case, it's not. It's control, or contra, meaning against, or the opposite. The opposite of something. Now we have the root VERT. VERT in this case means to change. And we have VERT. Lastly, we have able. The suffix in adjective suffix able or able was variant simply full, meaning what? Meaning having the ability to do something, having the ability to do something, or being able to do something. So incontrovertible literally means not being able, not being able to this case is to turn against. This means to turn, sorry. Not being able to turn against. Not being able to turn against something. While we have what? Something that is incontrovertible. For example, we have incontrovertible proof. Incontrovertible incontrovertible proof, or we have incontrovertible evidence. Evidence is not being able to turn against. This is evidence. The proof or true or fact, they are not being able to turn against. The truth is truth, it cannot be turned against. All right. And next. Or so lastly, we have in the next section. The next section we have more words that share the root VERT and its variant verbs, meaning to turn, is to change, or to turn against. Alright, let's move on.